Oh, I've got myself one of these Auto ABC, meant to give you Android Auto and stuff in your earlier Discovery 5s. So it comes with one of these bad boys, bunch of cables, which most of them sort of like plug into the existing stuff. You can see here, like the same, just trying to plug it in. I gave you some basic instructions and then point you towards the video online, but mine's different to the video, so I thought I'd quickly make one. There you go, gives you some diagrams and stuff. Right, and their videos like Discovery Sport, and then I think it's a later Discovery 5, and they're like pulling the dash apart and getting into the head unit. But in my one, the head unit's under the passenger seat, well, in Australia anyway. So that's what I'm going to have a go at today. So if we just quickly have a look. Right, my head unit's in here. There's the Harman head unit under the seat. So I'm thinking that I just need to take the seat out, and then we can maybe see some of the plugs that are in there, maybe not. A bit hard to see on the camera, but I did see some purple ones in there earlier. But obviously a bit difficult with this. I guess the next step that we got here is got to take this seat out. And here there are these weird shaped star bits. When I get around to it, I'll tell you what size it is. But I went and bought them. I think they're E-Torx. And then this one's probably underneath this piece of plastic here. So I'll go getting that off and let you know what happens with that if it's not easy. And then we've got around the back as well. That under in here should be some rails as well. So let me get started on that. Basically, we'll try and unbolt that seat. Then I'll take out the negative on the battery in the back, and then have a play around. So yeah, there's the cables in there that was in those instructions. You sort of see the blue and the purple one just flashing there in the corner. If you want to zoom in better. There we go. Oh, so yeah, I bought one of these kits off eBay. I believe they're called E-Torx. Pause there if you wish. Turns out this is the right size. I think it's a, maybe I won't think, I'll just look. E12. That fits on there pretty well. So you don't need to see me unbolting. Back over to this side. I don't really want to break it. There we go. There's a little clip there. It looks like something's already broken. So there's one side. I'm going to assume the other's much the same. If I pull it out a little bit. And then pull the others. No. I probably want to push it in maybe. Let me have a look, I'll come back. Oh, got it off. You can see the screwdriver's giving it a bit of a working over. I don't think it is broken because it doesn't look fairly scratched. Obviously, you can see a bit of screwdriver action there too. Maybe it just wasn't pulling hard enough. Obviously, didn't want to break it either. But anyway, see another point in there. So we'll get them loosened off and then I'll push the seat all the way forward and we'll get the back ones. Next thing I sort of noticed, basically looking on this one, obviously got this big metal chunk that it's attached to down here. And it just overhangs here. It's probably under that chunk. It's going to have to come up because of this bit here. So realistically, I'm going to have to try and get this bit off, this plastic bit off too, if I don't want to break anything. And if I don't get to it, the screw looks like this, in case you're wondering. If I can get it out. There we go. So we'll put a bit of that just looks like dirt from under the car. I'll decide later if I put some thread lock on. Alright, so at the back now, I didn't get the plastic off the front. I've given up. I don't think it has to come out. Now, we're to the point, I'll show you later also why, which I should be able to show on these ones. Also the seat belts, bottom one, unlike most cars, is actually in here. See the seat belt, probably show you from the butt, instead of on here. So when we take the seat out, it'll probably just come back to here, and I'll be able to do what I need to do anyway, so it's not an issue. Otherwise you'd have to, like, you know, unbolt it from there or down there or something, but I shouldn't have to. So now I have to have a go at these. But yeah, from what I saw on the metal bar, which I'll show you better later, is like a lip like that, and the clip's in there, so it's hitting the metal bar. So how do you push it down? That's the question, because it's just in the way, and obviously the rail's in the way, but we'll find out. Either I'm getting better at this, or this one was easy. But you can see there, that we've got that little metal indent there, which relates to, obviously on the other side, but this. Right, so that metal indent will be catching on both sides if you try and pull it out. This one I sort of just splayed away like that way enough both sides, and it just come out. But then here we've got that other little tab that's in the way, which make it harder to do that, but we'll find out in a second if I'm getting better or that one was easy. Right, column A, column B. So that time my tactic, I bent it a bit, so maybe it wasn't a great tactic, but was to sort of try and push that out, because obviously it's not sealed. I'll show that side. The little gap's not sealed, to open up a bit, so it gets that out easier, because pushing that doesn't really work even there. It's too solid. You're not getting any purchase on it, so you sort of have to push it out, and then yeah, obviously that has to come down or out or something, but obviously I haven't made it happy, but we're here, so give that a go. Actually, get these out of the way in case I push the seat back without thinking any further, because I'm excited. Alright, so I've unbolted the rest of the seat. So before I pull those plugs out, probably undo the battery. I mean, I'm probably going to do that anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you're unaware. That one undoes and then that one undoes. It's got some extra stuff, I think, for caravanning. Not that I do that, but just in case yours looks different. 10mm socket. You can see that one poking out there. When it focuses again, unscrew that, the whole lot should pop off, and then I can just sit it on the side there, and that should be alright. A few people saying take the positive one off too. Maybe I will, I'll find out. Right, so I didn't anticipate that the cable went down there, so I couldn't pull it out this way. I sort of had to push this out the side and pull it out. Anyway, main purpose here is that's not touching there. I'm not going to worry about the red one, because it's clearly not working, because when I touch it again, you could hear the lights come on and stuff happen back here. Air compressor probably. Obviously you can't hear light. Cool, you can pull this seat out. So you don't want to like rip anything too hard, so I'll put you down. I'll lift that up a little bit. Hopefully it rolls backwards a bit, like reclines heaps, and then I'll see all the cords easier. There you go, like that. Woo. So sort of the front of it's up a bit. See the plugs in here. That's probably a two-handed job, so I'm going to put you down. Actually, what I've learnt, that big snake connects it all. So realistically, as long as that doesn't get caught up too much, I've got access to where I need to be, and that's back. So maybe I might undo that. Sorry, you can't see. There's a zip tie thing there, so I can get my hands at the back of it. It's like a, I don't know, behind that plastic on that side. You know, I've gone from the back and I can sort of feel it, so I can sort of press them together. No, not like that one. I'll show you when I get it out. Get ahead myself. I didn't do that because there was enough room. This carpet pulls up, gets stuck under here. Pull that cover, just got clips clips there. So the rest of that should pull out. There we go. So you can see how it plugs in there. That's excellent. And some other dirt. Maybe it's seeing some water action. Anyway, let me get the box. No, so I'm not going to go through these dip switches, but this is also not the page, but in the instructions it'll tell you which ones do what. Most of my main focus at the minute is I'll put that Wi-Fi one on because it's at the back, whichever way I put it. Anyway, be able to really access it if I leave it down there. So I'll do that, and then I'll probably also plug in some of these cables. That's the original one it's saying, the second one. That first one obviously I can put in, a bunch of these other ones I can put in and leave loose. Oh, got the box open. If that can go there, obviously orientated the correct direction. Not quite that way for some reason. Oh, don't hit your head. Well, there we go, something like that. Be concerned about maybe the heat, so I'll readdress that shortly, but you can sort of see that. Now, go back to the plugs. We'll see one of these goes in with that, and then that plugs into that. And same goes with the other colour ones here too. A blue, pink one, a few extras. This Wi-Fi one's extra to the whole lot, but let me have a look and see. Alright, so I've got it plugged in. I haven't gone to this part yet, but I've got an 8-inch Harman one. I want the buttons, 10 inches a touch screen one. So I've done the pink one out. I've done all of them. I guess the bits to note, the aux out plugs into the other bit that goes into the power loom, which is that one. Well, it's probably more than just power, but anyway. And then the ones that are hanging loose at the minute, obviously that side to go into the existing one, this USB, which doesn't go anywhere at the minute. And then there's a reverse camera, front camera, these to detect reverse and some power, and a microphone. However, I'm led to believe that the microphone and the rear camera, it can use what's already in there, so I don't need them. I don't have a front one. Today I don't plan to put one in. So I should be able to leave them alone. I've also I've tightened that up with a spanner because I obviously don't want it to move, but I put it sideways as opposed to up because obviously it was tight. Alright, so I've unplugged this one, as you can see there, and probably need this upside down where I had it, because though you could probably make that stretch over there, I could also just flip this upside down. So I'll do that. I also worked out USB cable is probably wired Android Auto. Now I got this because it was wireless, but if it's shit, well, at least it's here. So it was obviously that hole in the floor. We looked under the seat earlier. I'll put it here for now. If I don't need it, it'll just stay under there. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe I'll run it up in here one day. And then obviously the Wi-Fi antenna. Again, it might live under there for a bit. Maybe I'll stick it up there or something, but see if it works first. So I've got it the other way around. Try and get that one in the hole there. Guess it can only go in one way. That way. It's 2 amps. So, oh, so that's in now. Shove it back in a little bit. It was easier when it was out, so take note, I guess. Right, so it's in there. Next, try and get this green one into the pink one. There. I'll do that. I'll come back. Got that in. It was a bit of a pain. Maybe it was easier to do the bottom one first, but now I've got all this extra cable. I'll just try and locate. Yeah, maybe under there. That's good. These bad boys can probably get them out of the way. There somewhere. Now we've just got that big chunky one, which I'll deal with now. That one. Before I get myself into some mischief, had a look at this one anyway, and you can sort of see it's on a hinge. It doesn't come back straight away. There's a little button that goes up, and then you can rotate out. So you're going to have to attempt that. Looks like it's on the top. Where are we? There. So it shouldn't be too hard, but probably two-handed job. Oh, it was a bit tight. I went under these blue ones a little bit, because it probably gives us a little room to come past them. And then sort of U-turn a little bit to let all that, I don't know if I'm showing you anymore, to let that go sort of under, and then we can tuck all that in there. Something like that. Get that out of the way too. It should hopefully all go back in there nicely. We can fix up this top box. Something like that. Alright, so other than fixing that up, we'll stuff all the carpet back in, but because I haven't unplugged anything else from the car, it's just the radio that's now back in, I'll probably put my power back on and see if it works before I bolt it all back in and find out it doesn't. Alright, so obviously just putting that back on, tighten it back up, put it here in case that goes sour. But it shouldn't, because what if your battery went flat and you put a new one in? How hard could it be? It says Matt before everything goes pear-shaped. It's pretty good. You can hear compressor and indicators and shit going off, so that's good. Press it all the way down. Righty tighty on the ratchet. Banging my fist on the plastic. It's pretty good. Ain't going anywhere. I didn't say that. Maybe it would have. Who knows? Alright, now you want to find out for the first time with me what happens here. Car still starts. Worry about that. Apparently Ford Rangers don't do that. It's not filling with confidence at the minute. So I haven't got magnesia on it. It's the only big, when the door's open, probably more to the point. So I'm gonna take a punt. Something's not plugged in properly. Or some of these aren't right, but they should be. Alright, let's go check some plugs and come back to it. Alright, so that wasn't in properly. That needed some work to get in. And then to push it in closed was tough. Not sure about this side. Tried again, but it definitely wasn't as hard. So, do we have success? Probably should have taken the battery back off, but I didn't. Hey. So, back to where we should have been 5 minutes ago. 5 seconds on that one should give us our other one, but it has not. I'll press the home button, steering wheel, phone button, or next track button for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. No. Sure. Phone button. Oh, there we go. Alright. Full wireless connection. Please put your Android Auto phone. Oh, I'm going to do all this because I can't do it while I'm watching you guys. Alright, so it's done. It's working, except for I don't know how to switch between 2 different Android devices. That's okay. I can message them to see what the go is. I guess from here it's just cleaning this up. Actually don't know what Wi-Fi is used for. Maybe you can do it instead of Bluetooth. It doesn't use the car's Bluetooth, which was the problem initially, is that the Bluetooth wasn't reliable, the factory Bluetooth. So I bought this, and yeah, great, it doesn't use a factory Bluetooth, so get around that problem. That's the only thing here now is, you know, whether or not this is all going to get too hot. I mean, it feels a little bit warm already, though I have had it on and going through some stuff. Not sure about the Land Rover box. It seems a bit cooler. So I don't know where you'd put it. I mean, you can put it on top, but then it's sort of not very factory. Also not sure if all this will make a racket or not, considering I haven't actually screwed anything in yet. It's just all sitting there, so I guess we'll find out. I guess the important part is installation's reverse of install, but so I'll leave these here in case I need them later. Otherwise, I guess I could stuff them back in the car, but if I decide later, it's never a thing. And if there's anything else weird, I'll let you know, but you've seen me undo it, so I assume that doing it back up is going to be the same. Probably coulda, shoulda, woulda clean the carpet, but it's not too bad. Anyway, so there you go. Alright, and for the future people looking in the past, obviously that never had to come off the plastic bit. I've got the torque wrench here according to the 2017 manual from Land Rover. That needs to be 50 Newton meters, which I don't know how I'm going to show you. Maybe this way. Is that tight? Which obviously tells you nothing. Use a torque wrench, right? Because this is what's keeping you safe in an accident. That's probably more than you would have put on normally, is if I could describe it. So yeah, be safe, do it properly, and then yeah. You know, back to the start. Anyway, that's all done now. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, the only other thing maybe is one day I'll put a wireless charger in there, but right-hand drive models have cigarette socket this side and left-hand drive models on that side, and obviously everything's made for left-hand drive, so might have to 3D print something to go in there, but that's another video for another day.